Hey again, Facebook. Back for another Media Theology live Facebook challenge. And as I said yesterday, today I'm going to be talking a little bit more about thinking beyond the content of a medium. And I've got a great example that's not really a media example that I want to share with you because I think it's a good way to think about this. Okay, so again, feel free to share this, like, comment, questions below. Actually, shoot some questions through. I haven't decided what to share about tomorrow, so it'd be great to get some questions and I'd love to respond to those. So make sure you do that. But let's dive in. So the example that I'm going to share is not anything to do with the media kind of company at all, but it helps us think about how they're thinking beyond the content of the medium. And that is the ThankYou brand. Now, I came across the ThankYou brand a little bit later in the scheme of things. I know a lot of people maybe have heard about it for quite a while, longer than I had. The ThankYou brand, here's an example. It's going to be mirrored, but I think you can work it out. These are my awesome fig and pear clusters that I have for breakfast each morning, and you see up the top, ThankYou, backwards. Well, it's the right way on the packet, but it's backwards in this video. Okay, so if you don't know about ThankYou, the ThankYou brand, it's an Australian brand, an Australian concept, and what their content is grocery products. Okay, so they started with water. Water was their content. Now you can't go, well, how do we make Christian water or secular water? It's just water. But what they wanted to do was make a difference with their brand, right? So what they've done is they've set up a business where all of the profits go and help alleviate poverty, alleviate issues with malnutrition, issues around birth and maternity. They've just launched their baby range, so check that out if you've got a baby. And essentially how it works is they make really good products, like my fig and pear clusters here. I'll get them up again. I'm not sponsored, by the way. They're really yum, but if I turn it around, you're not going to be able to read it. But I can actually track the difference that buying these each week makes. Now, it's just an amazing thing to be a part of. Each week I shop for our family and I grab a couple of products that I get every week. They're a couple of dollars, maybe $1 more expensive than, they are premium products. So, they're a bit more expensive than maybe the other premium mueslis or whatever. But they're not too expensive. And by doing that, I'm actually contributing to people's being alleviated out of poverty. So this is structures around the content that have been deliberately designed to make a specific difference in the world. And so when it comes to content, like media area as well, often we can think about the content and get focused in on the content and forget about everything else. So we can make Christian music, let's say. I don't like calling things Christian. I hate Christian as an adjective, but I just have to use it because it's the common vernacular. We can take that. We can make a business that looks no different to a secular business, and you kind of scratch your head and go, well, is this really a kind of impacting Christian thing, or is this just making something with a Christian label on it and using all the same power structures that are in play all around the world? So, there's great stories. Some of you young people might not have ever heard of a guy called Keith Green, but one of his things was, he didn't care if people copied his music and shared it, because he was more concerned that the gospel message that he had in his music, he was quite overt with the gospel in his music. He was keen to have that go out rather than have people have to pay, $15 for the CD to access that. Another great example that I know of, they've changed a little bit in how they do things, but it's still a great example, is the Come and Live brand. So you can check them out. I'll leave a post a comment in below, so there's a link to check what they do. Really about getting access to music for everybody, and supporting people that want their music to go out from a mission perspective, a mission heart, rather than from a profit-making perspective. So these are the kind of things that when we start thinking beyond the content itself can help us to consider things further and differently. And so one of the things I was thinking about today is imagine if you set up a production company, a TV production company, film production company, or whatever, but its core purpose was to build meaningful relationships with people in those industries. So the content you create has got to be for the television or for the film industry. It's got to be profitable. So you've got to make good stuff that's going to sell. But in that whole process, so what you're actually making is not Christian films or anything like that. You're just making good content that's going to sell. Oh, my phone was just ringing, so I just had to cancel that. So just jump on the back of that. So you're just making content you can sell. But the purpose, and you'd be thinking strategically about the staff you put on, into which positions, that enabled you to build meaningful and long-term relationships with the people that come in and out, like your actors and your talent and the different people that might work on a particular project, how you might form meaningful relationships that may open up gospel opportunities. That's thinking beyond content. So that's all I've got for today. Have a think about that. It was my wife on the phone, so I'm going to have to jump on there and call her back. Give this a like, give this a share. I'd really love it if you've watched this to tag someone else that you think, maybe they'll like it, maybe they won't. Just tag them in it, say, hey, thought you might like this, That'd be awesome if you could do that and just help me to get what I'm sharing further and out there even more. So thanks heaps for those who are watching this on the replay. And I'll see you again tomorrow with another Media Theology live video broadcast. And